Good morning. It is really nice this morning. It's warmer. Oh, I hope winter's fixing to be over. I'm ready for the cold weather to be gone. I ain't crazy about cold weather. But I had a little bit of thought this morning. So I'm gonna, I guess, share that, and who knows where the video will go. Who knows? But my thought was that it's coming. You know, one day you're gonna wake up and things are gonna be completely different, and you're gonna be there. You know, all of your efforts and your dreaming and your pushing, you know, you'll be there. And with me, and what I mean by that is, I can remember at this point in my life to where I had my bookstore in places. Like, I would rent space from other businesses and I would work a full-time job. Because when you start out, some of us have to work really hard and build that, you know, dream on the side. And I had a full-time job, and I was gone most of the time. You know, a lot of times I just got to work on my dream on Saturdays, you know. Excuse me. And I can remember I had my bookstore in this business, and there was just some things, you know, that I needed to move. You know, the business wasn't open, you know, very much. I was paying a lot of rent, and I was like, it'd be easier and a lot cheaper for me to just go rent a storage building at this point. So I remember I went in, I looked around, I looked at all the hard work I'd done, all that I'd put in, and I was like, man, what am I gonna do? And I got so upset, like I was ready to cry, and I was fixing to pull out on the highway, and I had the option of going left and going to my house, or going right. And for some reason I thought going right, I could go talk to a friend of mine. We've been friends for almost, you know, our whole lives. And I was like, man, I just ain't feeling good about this. I'm upset about this. You know, this is my dream. And I didn't want to just go to the house by myself and sit. You know, because I knew that if I did, I was probably going to feel worse. And I was like, so, you know, go and talk to your friend instead. Well, I went right. I went to my friend's house, and she said, what's going on? And I had to fight hard not to cry. And I don't like crying. I don't like showing emotions. I feel like they're weakness. I don't like it. But if I'm at church, I'm pretty well crying every single time. You know, God has that effect on me. I'm crying all the time. But just in life and getting upset and getting hurt, I don't like that. You know, I'm like, grow up. You know, suck it up. But I had to fight hard not to cry, and I was like, I'm gonna have to close my bookstore. And she was like, what? And I told her what was going on, and she was like, no, let's do whatever we need to do. I'll help you, you know, I'll come and I'll work it. Whatever needs to happen. What do we need to do? You know, it was just like, just trying to help me. I mean, she knew what my bookstore meant to me. go, you know? And she said, wait a minute. My dad used to rent a space over here. Go talk to my dad. He's outside in the garage. So I went out there and talked to him. And he was telling me, you know, yeah, he'd had a spot out there. And, you know, they rent you spots and it's affordable and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. So I left there in a completely different mindset. I was like, thank you, Lord, you know, you've given me something. I said, just let your will be done in it. You know, I didn't know what was going to happen. I remember praying about it. I was like, God, you know, if this is where I need to go, you know, just let it happen, let it work out, whatever. And my whole thing was I didn't want to close my bookstore. I didn't want to stop. I said, I've done too much. I've come too far to completely shut down. But in my mind, I thought, I'm just going to have to tell people that I'm going to have to load it up, put it in storage, save up the money until I can own my own place. Because everywhere I rented, I'm particular, okay? And my bookstore is my baby. And everywhere I've been, things are not done like I think they should be done. You know, like things are not ran efficiently, or, you know, just not the way I think it should be done, but it's mine. You know, I'm supposed to be running it. So obviously it's not gonna work out. But so I went and talked to this person that had this space, and they said, they was like, yeah, you know, we've got this space. And they showed me the space, and the space had like, it was they had these spaces that were open all the time. And then they had spaces that had doors and locks that you could lock it up when you wasn't there. And that right there's up my alley for sure. So he showed me this space, and it had doors, and it was cute, and it wasn't really big, but it was, you know, I could close it up and lock it. And I was like, all right. And it wasn't real expensive at all. And I was like, let's do it. We'll do it, you know, so that I'm not closing. So I did that. And COVID happened. This great thing that happened, you know. And I mean that very sarcastically. Our way of life was interrupted in a big way, and businesses was hurt. People lost their lives. I mean, this is a really bad thing that was, well, I'm not going to say anything else. Let's just say COVID happened. Well, there was a period where this place I was renting from just shut down. And I was like, why are we shutting down? You know, like I was upset because I wanted to run my business. And this place didn't have a lot of business. You know, they didn't get a lot of business. So went on from that and ended up having to move from there. And my friend was like, hey, come out here. I'm going out here. And it was in a place that had a lot of business. It was a very well established business. And I was like, well, you know, do they have space? How much is it? You know, this kind of stuff. So I went out there and rented a space. And it's like I couldn't stay anywhere long. You know, like something would always happen to where I would have to move. You know, like something that would make me move. And a lot of times that's what God will do. He will make us, he will make the situation to where we will move. He knows us and he knows what it'll take. And I had my mom's husband, he told me that, or he told her, I'm gonna pause it just for a second so I can order my breakfast. Okay. I didn't want to have to order my breakfast right in the middle of it, but here we are. But anyway, he told my mom that, you know, I was moving around a lot and it kind of looked really bad. And I was like, no, I'm growing. God's growing me and moving me. You know, I'm working toward growing. And I didn't like moving around, and it was hard because it was like people, my customers would have trouble finding me, you know, for a little while, and then they would be like, you're moving again, you know, and stuff like that. So I wasn't crazy about the moving part, but I knew that God was, you know, doing that for a purpose, that I was growing. And I moved from that place, and I'm not even mentioning all the places I've been. Of course, I'm just starting my story where it needed to start. But I moved from there, and it ended up being three businesses went into one. Three businesses came together and rented a building, and I actually at that point became a legitimate business. You know, like I wasn't a little vendor, like a little yard sale person is what I guess I could put it as. I became a legitimate business. And I was there for a while, and I didn't have a lot of space. I'm going to grow I could have a giant warehouse and I'm going to fill it up. Because when it comes to books, I want them all. You know, and I love what I do. But I didn't have a lot of space. And, you know, I was there for a while. And then something happened. And God made the way and was like, it's time to go. And I was like, all right, let's go. And God, you just make a way. I know you will. You always have. And he did. There was a space that I'd already looked at before and was going to move into, and things didn't work out that way, but here was this space still available. And it was a great situation with this space, and I was like, yes, you know, I'm going to have a lot of room. I'm going to get to do this full time. Yes, you know. And it was scary, but I was like, I'm doing it, you know. And I've got to make a way. And he did. And let me throw in, when I was in the space before that, where we were the three businesses, I had been working a full-time job. I was working all the time. I was gone all the time. I worked on the road. And something happened, and I didn't have a job anymore. I didn't get fired or nothing like that. I didn't quit. The vehicle I was using quit. And it was like we couldn't find another one. You know, things just wasn't working out. So I just started working my bookstore. And then several other things happened in my life, and it's like my life completely changed. You know, all this stuff was going on at once, and it was like God was just rearranging things, and things were happening the way that they needed to. You know, God was piecing the puzzle pieces together, and at the time I was like, what is going on here? You know, but I was okay. I was like, you know, I trust God. He knows what he's doing. He's going to take care of me. And I thank God for that, because, in the past I've been in some rough times, some rough mental states. I've really been wanting to quit a lot. You know, God's brought me a really long way. But going through all that, you know, here we get this new space, and it's me and a friend of mine. So we had those three
775.
we had those three businesses in one, and you know, I said I'm gonna go down here, you know, I'm gonna move. Well, then my friend that was with me, one of the other businesses, she was like, well, I'll go with you. And I was like, you don't have to go with me. And she was like, thanks, son. She was like, but I don't think you could do it. I just don't think you could do it on your own. I don't think you can make it on your own. I'm going to come with you. And I was like, listen, I'm going to make it regardless. You know, whether you come with me, whether I've got help or not, I'm going to do what it takes for my dream. God's going to make a way. He's always made a way for me. So we moved down here. And I think now it's been like 9 months, maybe 9 or 10 months, and I'm still like, holy crap, I'm living my dream. You know, I'm doing what I've wanted to do. I'm doing what I've been working towards, you know. And it's not exactly like I want it to be. Like, you know, I've still got, there's the house that I'm gonna be in. I'm not in that space yet. There's a lot more I want to do. I'm adding a lot of stuff. I have a lot more plans, but I'm actually doing it full time. I'm living my dream. I'm running my own bookstore.
Thank you.
Thanks, son. And it's just like, what? You know, like, this is real. And it is, and that's the thing, and that's what's been on my mind this morning. I'm like, you know, before you know it, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be there. You know, when you're trying to get there, it feels like, oh, I'm never going to get here. And don't say that. Please don't say that. But you're going to feel like, man, when am I going to get here? You know, because you're going to want it so bad. And it could be with anything. It doesn't have to be just with business or your dreams or your goals. It could be in just anything in your life. But before you know it, you're going to be there. Just in no time. So keep pushing, because seriously, I feel like everybody, I feel like I'm not the only one that's going to be this way, but I feel like everybody, when they finally get there, they're going to be like, holy crap, am I here? Like, is this real? You know, because that's how it happens. Life happens fast. Things happen, things change fast. Okay, so, yeah. I want to share that with you guys. I hope that's an encouragement to you. You know, I hope that helps you to push on and be like, you know, it's coming. I don't know when. I can't tell you a time. God's usually, I don't know that he ever tells people an exact time. But I love you guys. I hope you're doing well. And hopefully, I will see you soon. On a really big heels, and I got really close to that car, so I'm like, use the brake just a little. But like I said, I love you guys. Hope you're doing well. Like, comment, share, whatever you want to do. I got to get in here and get the shop going, but just hold on, it's coming. Keep dreaming, keep pushing. Be praying for you guys. Please be praying for me. Hope you have a great day.